fabulous. Hit my people off with the flow, that be marvelous. Oh, my whole clique victorious. Taking no prisoners with us, straight up warriors. When I feel it, then I know you be feeling so glorious. Then we blitz and reminisce on my people notorious.
We really wanna party like that. Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck violin in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands where my eyes can see. Straight buck violin in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me.
Like damn, why I get a like urn? I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like what, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, tryna avoid my hurt. About 6 point something, it feel like church. Or the hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 488 in the glide like Kurt. I've been living off golf on the last few deals. When the night check came and I still got chills. Hit a 2K lick, I ain't even go pro. Got a boss outlet, now I'm smelling like gold. Call me Ice Cube, baby, where they sit on my chain. Heard a lame tryna play up my name when I'm 23 to it. And I'm going no brain, going dumb with these hundreds in my thumb. Got stank. Out here, everything come free. I ain't never met God, but I bet he know me. Put the money in a set of dying them streets. Through the boy alley hooping, I ain't riding on fleek. Got a Porsche light scan in the ceiling, got peeled. I was 20 plus young when got real. Young black boy running, got me out of that field. Better living off game, you should get it on. I ain't never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for that mine, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime, bro, really outline. Talk like you Tony out grind, throwing 20 on 9. How you live with no spine, bro, better off dying. Man, you got nerve, bro, need to get a bird. And I'ma get it off first, find a way you ain't surf. You looking all hurt, funny till your ego got nerve. Boy, I made it all worse, woke up looking like work. 150 lay on my shirt, 20 lay on my teeth. Boy, I make an M in my sleep, everything I want in my reach. I'ma run it off tops, wonder where I've been pulling off lots. 454, I'ma keep it on stock. Bezel with the ticker on rocks. Big side, tell me what I ain't got. Get it right now where I got it back then. Number one stunner, but the level on. Raised by the gang with a meal like Philly with a watch 250 and a so silly. When the door got closed, I ain't feel too bad. I'ma run mine up, I'ma have some stash. Now you in a broad purse, but you going outside. Now you on the couch surfing, you keep a little rat. Living out his backpack, need to get it back. Got a grade double R and you need both lanes. Got a dollar to his name, but he all gang gang. But you all on my when I find that strange. Keep playing with the fire, but his get burned. But your boy got spit when the light got turned. Got it all crack when the boy won't learn. Big wrapped up shorty when the block gets served. Always sorry when the cap don't work. Got the butterfly doors and the fly like bird. And I love my but I ain't them nerd like damn. Why pie get like yarn? All right now.
Hold up, what you saying? Look up, you ain't hitting no more. Fix up with a bang. Got drip when they hit that door. You did it on me. Baby, it's me. Shall we go up, down? You go bounce with me. Make it bounce. Make it bounce. Make it bounce. Make it bounce.
From the capital of Tennessee and of country music, for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're off and running from Nissan Stadium. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Slot man motioned over. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's going deep this time. His first throw is an interception. And the Titans have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get
touchdown, Tennessee! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shape the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This one falls incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 5 yards on that play, and enough for a new set of downs. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now it's Lawrence. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, now you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Lawrence on the play fake. Buying some time right. Finding Thomas near the sideline. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Trying it right side with Etienne. And he's stopped after getting this down to about the 44. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go right back to Etienne. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Lawrence now off the play action. Headed out right. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at 4th and long. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there. Here's the lone back on the handoff. This is ahead for about 5. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker, on the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And that falls incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he takes this one back for the pick six. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed is the difference.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
2nd and 10 now. Hits his running back. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He connects downfield on 4. He takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans break the tie here in the 1st. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Man in motion, headed right. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final play of the opening quarter. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Neither side separating much so far. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They start out 2nd and 10. Lawrence in the pistol. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Titans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 34. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Lone back gets the handoff. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking for a throw here. This is complete to Neighbors. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans parlay the interception into points. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Lining up now to try the extra points. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Titans double their lead to 14. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now give this up the middle to ETN. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Second and 13. Flushed out of the pocket. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And he'll go out at the 35-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Here's ETN on first down. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Second down now, 7 to go. Doug Peterson, seeing that play clock running down, he calls a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Second down now, 7 to go. We send a man in motion. From the 39. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Ball at the 33 for first down. Lawrence working from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. He rolls to his right. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars make it a one-score game in the first half. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Now they'll try the point after. Looking toward the upright, but it's good. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Escapes out to the left. And this one does not go far.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
2nd and 8. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Titans will have a first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. The Titans looking for a bigger lead before the break. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Again the throw now on 2nd and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another try following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. The Titans going with a field goal unit here. This from 40 on the right hash. Not quite far enough and no good. It's off the crossbar and out. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Goal to go and to come away with nothing. Zip, zilch, nothing. It's not all on him for missing the kick. He could shoulder the blame with the 11 other guys who couldn't find the end zone on first, second, or even third and goal.
First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. And now it's second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Catch is made down the right sideline. He mix it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars earn the chance to tie before halftime. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Tennessee calling its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now they face 2nd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Completed to his running back. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The Titans call their 3rd and final timeout. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He put everything he had into this one. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So it'll be 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
He's back to throw. He's looking deep once again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Tell me what you want and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving up, come on, we got nothing left to lose. I've been here from the start, you know I'm not going anywhere. I don't give it, tell me what you want, you can get it. Tied up, bad vibes, bad
you want right now. You could get it.
Yeah, well you can get it. Yeah, you can get it. Tell me what you want and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving up, come on, we got nothing left to lose. I've been here from the start, you know I'm not going anywhere. I don't give a, tell me what you want, you can get it. I don't give a, tell me what you want, you can get it. Tell me what you want and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not giving up, come on, we got nothing left to lose. I've been here from the start, you know I'm not going anywhere. I don't give a, tell me what you want, you can get it.
You could get it. You could get it.
I don't give a, tell me what you want, you can get it.
Here we go again. You ready?
Keep the backing walking.
Money talks.
It's the building that was opened the year the franchise became known as the Titans. Welcome to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now from the gun. Chased out to his right. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They're going for this. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This one's caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Offense in the hurry up here. Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Now we give to ETN running right. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. ETN again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, These tight ends of today, the way...
And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. His return starts at the 5. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Flush out now to his left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here's 2nd and 5. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Now give. It's ETN headed left. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They bring Thomas in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Forced out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. And that's good for a gain of 5. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Still on his feet. Complete. It's Ingram. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Our score, 14-0. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. We're back for the start of the second quarter. Jaguars have the ball and a chance at 6. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he drives this forward to the 6. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Etienne on third down. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Etienne goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Lawrence to throw it. And he will score. Touchdown. The Jaguars take a 20-zip lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's a return from the 7. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Chips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
They'll run for this. And he's able to get this down to the 13. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. That's him 17 yards on fourth down and gets them the first. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And that's a Tennessee touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just take the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one's complete over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. And it's the Jaguars with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He's on the move. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Lawrence now off the play action. Buying some time right. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Etienne. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time in talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, or that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play. He's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
ETN. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He gets him 3, and this brings up second and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
QB sneak coming, and he gets in. Touchdown! The Jaguars boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. That one splits the uprights, and the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
You know, we're so often in today's game looking for this, that escapability, and I love that, getting out of harm's way. Now you just got to find a way to make the connection on the other end.
That throw finds Okonkwo, and he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. They have themselves another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They are throwing it again. A massive shot towards the end, and the defender comes away with it. And the Jaguars are stopped on that return, so that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
No, you're not seeing things incorrectly, folks. You do not need glasses. They are, in fact, lining up to punt on first down. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Titans will get set to take over. First and 10, looking to throw. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for the back that time. And it sets up second down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one's caught along the left sideline. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
This is complete to Neighbors. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They strike for 23 yards. And the Titans will have a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing it again here. Buys time, rolling right. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got it near the 10. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. From the red zone now. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Headed out right. Launching deep down the right sideline. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. Here's Lawrence to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Caught by Flowers. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Lawrence working from the gun. Gets everything he has under this throw. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown.